You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and good morning to the Experience Pros radio show. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. They're coming.
They're coming?
They're coming.
You're freaked out about it?
20 years, is it 20 years after Back to the Future? We are about to see hoverboards become a reality. You know that skating board that...
Sure, that he wrote in there. For years, yep. We thought that the hoverboard was coming. It's a skateboard without wheels, right?
Right.
A little surfboard on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're coming,
Lexus,
really?
the car company, they have teased us. Lexus International posted a video to its YouTube account announcing the development of a real, rideable hoverboard.
Well, finally, you know what? I've actually seen a couple samples, a couple little mock things. People have done some experiments trying to create their own little hoverboards, and it's kind of wonky.
Well, it's a whole lot of wonky, and most of those hoverboards represent or appear to be drone-like vehicles, you know, with the propellers.
Like a little motor, a little engine, a little something, but that's not...
There has to be something, because gravity is still a law.
Gravity? Well, then how did that work in the hoverboard thing?
Well...
Back to the Future, what did he use?
Well, magic.
Theatrics, show business.
Very much show business and theatrics. Lexus explained the hoverboard has been in development for the last 18 months. It operates, get this, magnetically. I'll come back to that in a minute. And the steam rising from the device, as you can see on the video, and there is steam coming off the device, is really a byproduct of liquid nitrogen used to cool the superconductors and permanent magnets.
Really?
How cool is that? Let's get back to the magnet issue.
Okay, so it's a magnet. So magnets like on your shoes.
Nope.
Do you put them on your body? Do you wear like a little? You wear like a little magnet vest that like sparkles and glitter, and it like sucks up and keeps you above ground. No.
You gotta have magnetic concrete.
Is concrete?
Small issue.
Concrete.
It's a small. No, concrete is not. You have to have magnetic concrete.
Do we have magnetic concrete?
Not much. Lexus does, at least where they're developing this.
Oh, so you know, like the skateboard park.
You gotta go to a skate park with magnetic concrete. Yeah.
All right.
They confirm the apparent concrete ground includes a metal surface, which is required for the hoverboard, and you know that's what's necessary for it to function. Even still, how cool would it be? I mean, I want to see Tony Hawk get up there and get on one of these bad boys on an electric or on a magnetic concrete surface and shred. Yeah.
Okay. There's still some pieces missing.
Oh, I'm sure they're working it out. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So yes, eventually.
You ever seen two magnets come together and then all of a sudden they throw each other apart?
Yeah.
Look out for that. That's the e-ticket ride.
All right. So would you ride on it? Would you play on it? Do you skateboard? Do you do?
I used to when I was a kid. Yeah, absolutely. When I was a kid, I was a skateboarder. Then I went into surfing. I might.
My daughter just bought her first longboard.
Oh.
Yes, that thing is tall.
It is very tall. Yeah, it's probably as tall as she is, I would guess.
Almost.
You know, ain't none of us getting any younger, so I don't know how long I would get on.
When we fall, we just don't recover. I remember going to the roller skating rink. The elementary school had like a skate city night, and how fun that was. And I'm holding hands with a little toddler, or you know, the little ones. And of course, you know, they're kind of like just stepping. You know, they're not really rolling. They're just more stepping, but they're kind of wobbly. And one tumbled, and the other one tumbled, and we all went falling down. I landed on my elbow.
Oh.
Ended up at the chiropractor.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days, you know, you fall, you get up, you shake it off.
Well,
but now, if we fall, I mean, it's a trip to the chiropractor.
It's a trip to the chiropractor, maybe to the emergency room. I remember I slipped on a little piece of ice and I went to the emergency room. My ankle has never, ever been the same. But the good news is we are Not yet to the age where we would slip and break a hip.
Well, now, do you know the actual thing that happens
Yes.
is you actually
Old
break
ladies
you break
slip.
your hip. No.
Oh.
Your hip breaks, and that's why you fall.
Oh.
It's not the slip. It's the hip actually breaks first, and that's what causes the fall because our bones are so frail
Drink
and
your
brittle.
milk.
Yeah, get your calcium. Get it from broccoli and all sorts of fun stuff if
Oh.
you don't do dairy. But
Sounds horrible.
yeah, that's actually they've actually discovered that it's not so much that old ladies all of a sudden get clumsy. It's the hip breaks and then they fall. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on that happy note, get your Lexus hoverboards wherever they are sold soon. And don't forget to find some metal concrete.
I know. I think metal concrete, there's all sorts of fun little uses for that, right?
Well, imagine
Magnets are cool.
what's coming next. If Lexus, the car company,
Magnetic
is
cars.
Hello?
Yeah.
And then?
Hover cars. Flying cars.
Flying cars.
Flying cars.
And we got metal, and then you can program the metal to take your cars
Well,
in
we're
and out.
already going to have driverless cars.
Right.
See, it's coming.
We broke it here on the
Well,
Experience Pros
it's going to be
radio
a
show.
while. It's going to be a while.
Doesn't matter. I still broke it.
You broke it?
My hip.
He breaks everything.
Yeah.
I know. Don't let him hunt. Don't let him touch anything because he will break it.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about, is it time for you to quit your job and start your own business? Careful. Coming next on the Experience Pros radio show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Your business is growing, but your computers are slowing. We can fix that. We're C-Squared Computer Consulting, and we can help you take on the challenges of your growing business by helping you get the most out of your systems through availability managed services. We provide reliable protection with 24/7 system monitoring. Check us out at c2cc.net or call us at 303-933-1113. That's C-Squared Computer Consulting at c2cc.net.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Edgetronics wants you to be happy with your business phone system. Get your phones to work for you, not against you. The friendly folks at Edgetronics can help you plan ahead to keep your business operating when there may be a phone system outage. They offer solutions with VoIP, non-VoIP, and hybrid telephone systems. Upgrade to the system with features that will meet your company's growing needs. Call today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. No business is too small or too large, and the customer service at Edgetronics will make you smile. Call now, 303-766-1699, or online at edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom-matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
John Rush, this afternoon from 3 to 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome to the big time. You know you've arrived when you're voted best morning radio show. Thank you so very much. We're so blessed. Colorado Community Media voted us. You voted us best morning radio show. We're so grateful.
Absolutely, and best customer service went to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. If you're looking for the best, find it at experiencepros.com. All right, so let's face it. Anyone can own a business, right? We've all seen people who've started a business. Lots of people can own a business, but building and running a successful company is something else entirely.
How do you know when you're ready? Well, it might sound like this. I hate my job.
I can do this on my own.
My boss is stupid.
You know, I want to control my own schedule.
Right.
I've got a great idea. This'll take off. I got an idea. If I build it, they will come.
I want to make lots of money.
All right. Well, here's the thing. If you've been out of work or your dream and desire is to become an entrepreneur, here are some things to consider from Entrepreneur Magazine from Brad Sugars. He says, here's some things. Number one, you're a good
carpet layer.
Fill in the blank, whatever it is. But can you learn to be a good business person?
Ooh, that is the $64,000 question.
So you have a hobby, right? You've got something you're passionate about, you know, fixing up cars, baking cookies, whatever it is. You think, okay, I'm going to turn that into a business. But can you learn to be a good business person? Because learning the skills to run a company are not necessarily the same thing as baking cookies and fixing cars.
Or even your desk job. You might have been able to oversee budgets, but do you know how your business is going to actually make money?
How will you price your products and services? How will you market them? How will you track your sales, invoice your customers, account for activities, and make sure what you promise is delivered and all of your vendors are paid?
Sounds like a bigger job than you thought.
It is a big job. It's a big deal, and it takes a lot of employees. It takes a lot of people around you, even if it's outsourcing. It takes vendors. It takes power partners. It takes a village.
And as the owner of that village, your most important job is to create customers who are loyal, not necessarily just satisfied.
Yeah, or just a one-time. Like we've all started a little something right out of our basement, or sold to our friends and family, our neighbors, but one or two times. But are they going to be repeat customers for the lifetime of our business? Who are you going to sell to after your friends and family are done being nice?
All right, so before you decide to jump off that 9-to-5 cush job that you got now, even if your boss is a little, ask this question. What sales can you make right now?
All right, so if you've got a line of clothes, can you work out of small consignment stores? If you want to be a consultant, can you work up a list of prospects and turn that into immediate business? If you're in construction, are there some projects you can secure? What can you do today to actually start selling your product? It isn't so much, can I go and set up an office? Can I buy buy a computer and a fancy system and wrap my car and buy advertising? What can you actually sell today to somebody? Are people even interested in buying your product? Thinking about the economic demands. If your future customers are either somebody else's current customer, so you have to win them over.
Right.
Change their habits, and changing somebody's habits are difficult. or they're not buying your product from anybody, and you've got a big educational curve to get through.
Listen, you might make the best hot sauce in the world, but if you live in the UK, you're probably not going to be in the right market.
Well, and knowing who your target audience is. Number 3, do the numbers work? Being out of work is stressful. That doesn't mean you should jump at any opportunity with a seemingly upside potential. You've got to think about the numbers. You've got to bring on people that are going to help you with true numbers. Our friend Felicia Jones with Keep Up with Mrs. Jones, she says there's an epidemic of entrepreneurs who are not taking home a paycheck because the numbers aren't working.
Yeah, you really need to fall in love with the numbers and really understand how they will guide you and your business. And frankly, if you are not secure, then the insecurity that you will exude as you go out and step off that diving board will yield the fruit of questionable. People are going to wonder, should I do business with you? I mean, you look like you're about to go out of business and you just started.
Yeah, never share your struggles and never wear it on your sleeve, right? Even as you're growing, it's okay to be in that startup phase. People get it. Now, there's a lot of upsides as well to entrepreneurship. It's the backbone of the American economy. You can actually make a really decent living. You can create a legacy for your family, for your community. There's a lot of pieces to it. There's some great benefits to owning your own business, but it isn't a hobby. And if you treat it like a hobby, you'll get hobby results. So think about this. Completely systematize your business.
Please.
It means there are systems and processes for everything, which means you can delegate. And if you can delegate, you can hire people. It doesn't all fall on your shoulders.
You know, the idea of business is to be able to create a lifestyle. You've got to be able to step out of your business long enough so that other people can run it and see if that lifestyle is still sustainable.
Here's a tough one. You're going to base your decisions on financials and performance, or base all your financial decisions on performance rather than just your gut feeling.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, well, I just don't feel like it. It doesn't feel right. I don't feel like going to that event. I really just don't know if I should be doing this. You need a system, and you need processes, and you need a vision that's actually going to drive you to actually get out of your comfort zone, because most of the time you're just not going to feel up to it.
Doesn't matter what business you're in, you need to learn how to sell more effectively. That means there's more training ahead for you and your staff. Everybody's got to be on the same page.
And have a conversion. You're going to talk to a lot of people, but to actually convert that to sales, do you know what your conversion rate is? You have to create a sampling so you can figure that out.
The good news is you've made the first right start. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show.
Right. You need a guide. You need mentors. You need advisors. You need a group. You need an association of people that will lift you up, that will inspire you, that will motivate you, encourage you, and kind of put you back on the right track. And so don't do it alone. And then make sure you market your business. Saturate the market with your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Make your marketing budget a line item. Make a line item for marketing in your budget. All right, fantastic way to start the conversation. When we come back, we're going to carry it on and ask, what's the weirdest way you've gone prospecting for customers? We'll talk about that on the other side of these messages.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. Experiencepros.com will help you find the best in customer service, and you can feel good about doing business with the pros.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nylon's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nylon's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
The top 5 search results get 75% of all the clicks. 75%! That means if you're on page 2, you are missing out on tons of potential business. You, my friend, are in need of professional help. At SharpNet Solutions, it's not all about clicks. It's about making sales. They optimize the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory, and they can optimize your business. Call them today, 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988. Or find them online at sharpnetsolutions.com. Put their talents to work and see what they can do for you. 303-900-4988. Mention the Experience Pros and get up to 50% off. Call today.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
It was a moment.
It was a moment that changed my life.
We looked down from the chopper and saw the whole area was flooded.
At that moment, it really hit me. This is why I joined the Guard.
People had gone up to the rooftops to escape the rising waters.
Talk about intense moments. We had to lower the guys from line some 30 feet down.
This is where teamwork and training really paid off.
It took steady nerves and steady hands for the chopper pilots to hover like that.
No question, our pilots are the best in the world.
I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life.
What could be better than serving the people of my hometown?
In the National Guard, you serve your community as well as your country while you work or attend college. In return, you gain skills in which you can build a career and receive benefits that can help you pay for college. Learn more about what it means to be a citizen soldier at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We're here to remind you never to forget about us because we are the most positive business talk show in America. Hey, everybody wants more customers, right?
Oh, absolutely.
To what end will you go?
How far will you go to get a new customer?
I once knew a guy.
Yeah, I knew a guy.
No, I knew this guy.
Did you know a guy? I might have been this guy.
Is the guy in the parrot costume?
No, I don't know the parrot costume.
Oh, I knew a painter who got in a parrot costume and waved to the traffic in the parrot costume as they went by in order to get new business.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Okay, so when my husband and I were dating, we were in the Amway business.
Oh, yeah.
And we had to pass out, we had cassette tapes that we had to pass out 30 cassette tapes in a month. That was kind of like our
Absolutely.
thing.
Got to follow the circles.
You pass out 30 tapes, you book 10 plans, and you'll sign up like 1 to 2 people.
Right.
And so the goal every month was to give out these 30 tapes.
By the way, that's the magic formula even to this day for most MLMs.
So we would go downtown to the Republic Plaza building, the super duper tall building, and we would ride the elevators. Because if you take the elevator to the top, and if you just sit in there, you just wait for the elevator. You just stay in the elevator, and you just wait for it. Seriously, talk about an elevator pitch.
Captive
Talk
audience.
about a 30-second elevator pitch. We were the king and queen of passing out tapes in the elevator at the Republic Plaza building.
Oh,
now, chasing them down and getting them back and booking the appointments was a little tougher, but man, we could get a tape out in 30 seconds before they hit the bottom, and we were good at. We'd ride it right back to the top and bring it right back down. Whoever got on got a tape.
Hey, look, if you've got a really cool story about the weirdest thing you've ever done to attract a customer, why not call us at 303-477-5600. 303-477-5600. I'd love to hear your goofy, crazy, wacko, hunt them down
we'll hear your stories, but I'm going to tell you in this next one.
All right.
So there's a gentleman from California in town, and he's looking for keynote speakers for his annual event for his company.
Okay.
But he's in town. doesn't have any time to really meet with us. So I offer to take him to the airport.
Oh, I don't like this story.
I offer to pick him up and take him to the airport. This is the story
that we commonly refer to as the captivity.
So set it all up, go and pick him up, take him to the airport. We're driving. We get to DIA.
We pick him up from South Parker.
South Castle Rock.
Or Castle Rock, yeah.
South Castle Rock, yeah. Drive all the way out. And take him to DIA, and we're talking. We're having this great conversation, and
pulling into the terminal.
But talking about what it's going to be and how we can serve and take care of him. And we get to DIA, and he tells us his airline is JetBlue. We don't see it on the sign.
Couldn't find that on the sign.
Okay, go to the next one.
Maybe it's the next terminal.
JetBlue. All right, I don't see it. And he says,
we're getting up to the building, and he says, "This is Colorado Springs
Airport,
right?
Isn't it?" No. He's got to be in an hour and 10 minutes. His flight takes off, and we've got to get from DIA to Colorado Springs at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Can I just tell you something? I gave him the best advice I'd ever given anybody, and Angel as well. Buckle up. We're going to make it.
We made it. But, man, we all had to be so bad. And he gets running out. He's running up to the airport, and he gets in, and the flight attendant says, "You can make it." He says, "Do I have time to go to the bathroom first?" And he says, "No." But he had to get home that night. It was the last flight, and his daughter's birthday, and we made it. We did not actually end up speaking for him
at the
conference that year because of the kidnapping that had ensued. But it was a good conversation.
You get out on the plane. I mean, we have a story forever, that's for sure.
We did also get on a plane. We flew down to Arizona to meet with a client who was looking for a keynote speaker once.
That is a different story, but yes.
Different story, yeah. Flew to Phoenix, met with the guy, got that job.
Absolutely.
And then flew back that afternoon. That was the most fun little trip, in and out to Phoenix. And one day, all I did was have a purse.
That same guy that we kidnapped, we flew out there to California to meet with him on a one-day out, out and back kind of a deal. Still never got the deal. What's the weirdest thing you've ever done in order to secure a customer? Did you flip the signs?
I heard a real estate agent who would go and show their prospects kind of some icky houses. Intentionally. So that way, by the time they got to the good house, they're like, "We will take it," because there's nothing else good out there.
Oh, I don't know if that's ethical, but it's, I guess,
it wasn't here in Colorado.
All right.
It was in LA.
In LA.
Mm-hmm.
What else have you done to bring in new business? Have you gone door to door and stuck your flyers in people's garage doors or their front doors? I did that once.
Did you?
Yeah. I was working for a different company. It wasn't obviously with Experience Pros. Many people I know go and walk the mall and shove their flyers on windshields.
We hired a call service who would call different phone numbers, like a bank of phone numbers. They had like an automated calling service when we first got on the air to say, "Tune in and listen to the Experience Pros radio show."
There's a lot of things that people will do in order to generate new business. I'm rather surprised that nobody wants to share their stories.
Well, it's a little embarrassing to say some of the stuff that you've tried.
We kidnapped a CEO. All right? It's not embarrassing. Get over yourselves. But I would love to hear your stories. We got a couple minutes left. 303-477-5600. It's funny. Out of desperation comes desperate measures, and I think that something like the costumed themed wave to the kids on the street as the cars go by thing, that's desperate. You got to be desperate for that.
You know what, though? Some of those sign twirlers, though, some of them are pretty talented.
Oh, they've got skills, no doubt.
I don't know.
Convert to customers.
No, but they're impressive.
Sure.
I enjoy the entertainment while driving down the road.
Okay.
So I'm grateful for that.
Do you remember the brand?
Well, no, I can't even read the sign because it's being flipped all around.
I'm just trying to say, we don't know that any of those things are.
I think right. One time. Well, you know who does, I think, where that works best? The little sign holders work best on the street is when there's like a community car wash, like the cheerleading group or the high school group or the band.
High school kids out there, and they're all saying,
they've got the car wash signs.
To New York City. Oh, yeah.
I think that absolutely works.
Right, because we all have a heart. And except for the cop who arrested the kid in Texas for having a lemonade stand because he didn't have a permit from the county, that guy has no heart. Okay. Well, there's a conversation on weird and very unconventional things that people have done to get customers. Hey, I got a great idea. How about just building a relationship?
Building relationships, going to vendor fairs where there's a trusted group of people around you, people that will lift you up, associations where there are lots of good things going on, people willing to promote you, participating in a great referral network. Well, one of the best ones is the Connecting Experts, and she's coming up next.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff-it-up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit rivierafinance.com.
Get yourself back on track with your mid-year vision screening. We're not checking your eyesight. We're checking in on your vision and your big, hairy, audacious goals that you set at the beginning of the year. If you attended the Success Unleashed Summit in January, you experienced the power of having a strong vision and written goals to keep you on track. The Epic Summer Summit is the perfect place for you to get back on track and to get your vision checked. Carrie Conley with the Infinite Nation will be presenting a 2-hour workshop, followed by a Connecting Experts vendor event and networking on Thursday, July 30th at the PPA Event Center. Sign up to attend the Epic Summer Summit at theconnectingexperts.com. You can sign up to attend as a guest or as a vendor. Get your vision checked.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
I'm John Walsh. I'm Ed Smart. When a child is abducted, time is critical. That's why Amber Alert is so important. The public is notified when a child is abducted. It's a partnership between broadcasters, law enforcement, transportation, and you. Thanks for making Amber Alert happen.
Chris Cook, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel, Eric, and the queen of the woohoo, Penny Brendan, is in the house.
Woohoo! Yes, Penny, if you know Penny, she's always saying woohoo, so what fun music to introduce her. Penny Brendan, Foreign Connector. She's known as the networking queen.
Yes.
She knows everybody in the Denver metro area, and most entrepreneurs are lacking in the basic skills of how to network, and this is where Penny comes in. She helps them feel more comfortable and confident in any networking atmosphere. Wouldn't you love to just be able to walk into a room and feel really comfortable with who you're talking to and what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Well, she does all of this through her Art of Networking seminars and the Connecting Experts trade shows. And we're going to help you summer network with trade shows. Make sure you're doing the best with your trade shows today. Penny, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Eric and Angel.
Penny, what's the weirdest thing you've ever done to try to get a job?
Well, so I used to be an outside salesperson for NFIB, the National Federation of Independent Business, and in Kansas. And I was in Andale, Kansas, and trying to get this farmer to come on board, and had an appointment with him, had called him the night before and said, okay, I'm coming over. And so I'm out there standing in the middle of this wheat field trying to get his attention. So, you know,
he's rolling on the combine.
Totally rolling on the combine.
Yeah.
Yep. And he comes over, and I said, well, hi there, George. And he says, well, hi there. And so he, are we going to have our appointment? He goes, well, yeah, come on in. So he grabs me by the hand, big, huge step up into his combine, about sitting in his lap. And it's, oh, by the way, 107 degrees outside, too. So, yeah, but he signed. So it was an awesome thing. And he loved me after that. He told all of his friendly farmers that they should all come on board NFIB also. So
that was
Penny
good.
Brendan, you win. I now declare you the winner of that contest, and you're going to La Patisserie Française, courtesy of the Experience Pros radio show. We're going to send it to the French bakery up there in Arvada.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about trade shows. The Connecting Experts puts on some fabulous trade shows. There are trade shows going on all over the country. I know companies spend tons of money on trade shows. It's a huge industry. Let's talk about why trade shows and why the Connecting Experts trade shows.
So I guess, with trade shows, there's so many industry-specific trade shows. So when you go like to the home show, it's all home vendors. It's, you go to like a health fair, and it's all health fair people. And what really sets the Connecting Experts apart is that it's not industry-specific. So you have everybody from, I even have it on my banner, Solar City to the Tupperware lady. So you've got everybody. And the great thing about that is that you come across people that you under normal circumstances would never meet otherwise.
Sure.
Right, because you probably aren't going to, if you're not going to the specific industry-specific trade show that the Solar City guy is at, you're not going to meet them. And if you're not specifically going to wherever the Tupperware lady is, so you're not necessarily picking, so you won't ever run into them, but because you bring them all under one roof, there's a little something for everybody, and then there's these hidden gems that you end up discovering that you weren't even looking for.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and it's all about the networking and the connecting and just people walking around creating awesome relationships with other businesses.
Now, Penny, how many people either come to the shows on the vendor side, or how many people walk through and get to meet all the different vendors?
So at any given, I do trade shows throughout the year, typically 8 to 10, and I do anywhere between 50 and 175 vendors at one event.
Okay.
And so what typically happens, the numbers, because we all know that numbers are typically the same for sales as they are in inviting people. So with the vendors, if you've got 100 vendors, half of those people will bring somebody with them to help them at their table.
Sure.
So before the event even starts, you got about 150 people that are already there.
Right.
And typically you add about double that for the people that are going to show up. So if there's 100 people, there'll be 300 people, and it just kind of depends, on what the event is, where it's at, how easy the access is in and out, and all of that. But those are your average numbers.
All right.
All right. So why should people participate in a trade show? Why should they get involved and be a vendor?
I believe that trade shows are a fantastic way for you to get in front of people that you, like I said, are under normal circumstances are not going to be in front of. Many people don't want to take the time or the effort that to go out and network, and because networking is really scary for a lot of people. And in a trade show atmosphere, there's more people, but typically if you're going to bring somebody with you, you're doing good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I think you get a little more time in conversation. It's not as crowded, it's not as loud, and I think you can spend more time in those individual conversations.
Absolutely.
Well, and it's show and tell. I get to bring my wares. I get to set up a table. I get to show you what I do, not just tell you what I do. Most networking events start like this. Hey, pardon me. Hey, what do you do?
Yep. What do you do? Yep.
Well, it's pretty obvious what you do when you're standing behind your table.
Oh, there's no standing behind, though, is there, Penny?
Oh, there's no behind the table.
What's the deal with that?
Well, because I want you to be out networking, and so there is no behind at my events. It kind of freaks some people out because I push the tables up against the wall. And
what about the lady who wants to sit down and crochet a sweater or something like that?
So she can do that beside her table if she wishes.
I see.
But typically, I don't even have chairs.
Penny, I have been to, I remember I was at an event once. It was just horrible. There were people sitting down eating their lunch, so of course not paying any attention, greeting anybody walking by. People reading a book, doing puzzles, crocheting, or just talking to their little table mate.
Anything other than the purpose of why they spent so much money, so much time, so much energy, and so much effort bringing all that together.
I know, it's like they spent all this time setting it up, planning for it, and then we got here and then didn't talk to anybody.
I'll close it down in 6 hours.
You know what's interesting about that, too, is that so many bigger companies pay for their employees or for people to go and do these trade shows, and their employees are not doing them any service at all. And, at my events, I literally am constantly walking around and I grab people. I ask them, who is it that you're looking for? Why are you here? What brought you here? Who do you want to be connected to? And then walk them around, because that's what it's all about. And that's why no sitting behind the table. I really try to discourage people from walking around, even with their phone in their hand. Put your phone away and make some really good connections. That's what it's all about.
Imagine walking in to a trade show and being introduced to Penny, and she knows something about you, and she knows exactly the kind of people she wants to introduce you to, and helps you make those introductions.
You're already 3 steps towards a relationship that's going to develop a transaction.
Absolutely. What are some of the best things that you've seen, or the best, booths, or the way people have talked, or just like, what are some of your favorites when somebody sets that up at your trade show? You're like, oh, they're going to be good. They're going to do well.
I think that the people that it's kind of funny, because so many people do spend a lot of time putting together a great table, and I do believe that your table needs to look appealing, but I love it when people aren't even at their table. And why I love that, and I mean, obviously sometimes you have to, and if you have 2 people, I think that's great. You have one person that's actually at your table and the other person can walk around, and you take turns doing that. That's the ideal situation.
Okay.
But for like an insurance guy or gal or a financial person, what is it that they have? Well, what they do better than many, is that they actually walk around and talk to people. They don't wait for people to come to them.
Novel concept.
I know.
Well, it's always so funny. You go to some of these vendor events, and people think, okay, there's going to be this huge crowd here. But really, our takeaway, the people that we mostly want to interact with, are the other vendors.
Yes.
Those are the people that are looking. They obviously want more exposure. They want more business. They want more people to hear about them. That's the ideal audience for us, more so than the visitors in many cases. Mm-hmm. And so I always want to meet the other vendors whenever we go to a vendor event. Okay, so you've got an incredible event coming up, a couple of them.
I do. The Epic Summer Summit is actually coming up on Thursday, July 30th. And the Epic team is going to be doing lots and lots of training. So EPIC, we've got E, which is the Extreme Relationship Management with Tony Rayburn, awesome. And then the P, of course, is Experience Pros Radio Show. You guys are going to be there. Woohoo! And then we've got the I with Infinite Nation. Carrie Conley is actually going to be doing the keynote speaking on End It the Way You Intend It, and that's going to be from 12 to 2. And as a vendor, you get that included in your payment for the vendor table. And then the C, of course, is the Connecting Experts. And so that's July 30th. There's going to be 100 businesses participating in that event. We still have some spots that are available, so I'm still looking. There are no closed categories as of yet. And then the biggest event of the year is the August Extravaganza in Loveland, and that is going to be on August 27th. And that is actually an all-day event, and there will be 6 people doing business training throughout the day. I think you guys are going to do a live broadcast that day.
We will broadcast live from the Extravaganza.
Yeah, on August 27th, and so we'll have 175 businesses participating in that event.
I'll tell you what, that is a do not miss event. You want to be a vendor at that event because you want to spend the whole day at the event. There's so much to do, so many people to meet. It is so worthwhile for both of them, the Epic Summer Summit and the Loveland Extravaganza. How do they sign up to be a vendor, Penny?
They actually can just go to my website at theconnectingexperts.com and check out, it's actually on the landing page. We've got the Epic Summer Summit landing page and the August Extravaganza landing page, so you can just check out all that is going to be going on those days, or they can reach me at 303-220-0366.
Give that phone number one more time, please.
303-220-0366. I'll tell you what, we've been talking about how to get more customers, how to grow your business.
Right.
Put yourself in front of the right people. Put yourself out there, and don't miss either of these events. Sign up for both. Can we sign up for both?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, like sign up for both. TheConnectingExperts.com, the Epic Summer Summit in July, and the Loveland Extravaganza in August.
All right, so you got an online store. Now you need customers. We're here to help right after these messages on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you were doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's Cover Your Assets. 303-322-7919. 303-322-7919.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hang-ups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Dude, your wife's hot.
I know, right?
I'm not kidding. She's really hot.
Yeah, I married up.
I'm trying to tell you, your wife's hot.
Will someone please call Bowman Heating and Air? It's 90 degrees in here.
Don't let anyone else tell you how hot your wife is. Call Bowman Heating and Air today. 303-622-6502. Bowman Heating and Air, keeping couples together and relationships cool. Ask about the preventative maintenance option with a 100% mechanical guarantee. BowmanHVAC.com.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Did you get some great customer service today? Did someone make you feel a little happier for doing business with them?
Give them a fan brag. This is Eric, and you can call into Fan Braggin Friday and share your story with me and Angel on the air, or you can write a fan brag at experiencepros.com.
Once you start looking for great customer service, you'll find it's in more places than you thought. Share your great finds with us by calling 855-FAN-BRAG during our Friday show. Kindness is so simple, and we want to hear from you.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Very nice to have you along with us. All right, so maybe you've got your online store. Maybe you are crafty and you've Etsy'd.
Or you've Etsy'd, or you just have an e-commerce site, right? You've got product, you've got some inventory, and you've created an e-commerce site.
Harry, give me your money.
I think a lot of times we think if we build it, they will come. It just is automatic, especially if you are if you're partnering up with an existing website, kind of one of the vendors in an existing website. The people will just discover you. And I'll tell you what, that would be lovely. Just wouldn't that be lovely?
Let's talk reality.
But here's some tips to attract visitors to your e-commerce site. There's actually a book by Chris Barling.
He's a smart guy.
He wrote the book Selling Successfully Online, and he offers over 300 top tips for running an e-commerce website. And it's just smart business, right? If you've got a brick and mortar, or you have a business, to have an e-commerce site where people can just 24/7 round the clock come and they don't actually have to purchase from you, it can be a nice customer experience.
Absolutely.
And so
the first thing is you got to get a web address that makes sense.
Yeah. So we've all seen some bad web addresses, right, where people have to explain it. It doesn't make sense. You hear it. You don't know how to spell it. It's kind of funky.
Right.
But here's the thing. You want something that is easy to remember.
Yes.
Easy to spell.
Yes.
Hopefully it communicates your message.
That's a benefit.
It should be the same as your company name, ideally.
Hello?
So, Experience Pros, our website should be
ExperiencePros.com.
This is not difficult. Right. However, if you've got maybe a tricky business name or one that doesn't quite do what you need it to do, it's okay to have a tagline. You could be denverplumbing.com
sure.
if your business name is Marvin's.
Thebestchamber.com if you fancy yourself that way.
Right. So finding one that is suitable can take a lot of time and some investigation, finding the right URL. And if you find one and somebody else already has it,
be careful.
Don't just put ink on the end or the at the beginning, because somebody else, you're actually just kind of creating a competition that doesn't have to exist.
Right.
So, get outside the box, do something on your own, and don't mimic what somebody else is doing.
It's time to tell somebody about it. How do you do that?
Start with your existing marketing. So, putting your website address on your existing brochures, on your existing advertising, business cards, company letterhead, wherever you promote your company name, promote your web address as well.
Let people know.
Okay, so the key to that is existing. And if it's not existing, create it. So everything that your potential customers can see or have any impression on is an opportunity to market. So your voicemail, your email signature.
There you go.
Your brochures, your invoices, your business cards.
All of your collateral needs to be branded the same. All right. Once you've got your website, you've got your collateral all taken care of, make sure that you really invest and spend some time learning about getting on those search engines and being found in an organic search.
If you want to be found, you've got to do it through search engine optimization.
Whether you pay for it or not.
This is your web guy. This is your SEO expert. In fact, we just hired a new SEO company a couple of months ago, and it has
They're doing
been
great stuff.
Game changer for a lot, for being able to find the experienced pros in many different ways. And so take some time, if you're going to do it yourself, to learn about it, or hire somebody who actually has done it and has a proven track record.
That is great advice if you ever decide to go into pay-per-click marketing as well. If you do PPC or pay-per-click marketing, that's what you do when you see the Google search results come up at the 3 top things and all the column on the right. Those are all pay-per-click marketing. You can spend a ton of money if you don't have an expert helping you.
Well, and you can even spend a ton of money even if you have. I have a gentleman who spends $4,000 a month on pay-per-clicks.
Yes.
It is a game changer. It is the revenue that, it is what he spends in his marketing budget to bring in the clients. So it's not a cheap thing.
No, but it also depends on what you're selling. If you're selling something that has a $5 profit margin, you're going to have to click a lot to get there.
Sure, but you're probably not going to spend $4,000 on a $5 item.
That's my point. Exactly. All right.
Use forums, blogs, social media, everywhere. We want to saturate the market. You can't just build a website and think that people are just going to stumble across it and buy from you. So there's a lot of places where people hold discussions online. Twitter, Facebook, even LinkedIn, having some LinkedIn groups. Pinterest is a fabulous thing if you've got pictures and great, what you sell is pretty to look at. Whatever your industry in, there's lots of conversations on that industry, so participate in that. In fact, if done skillfully, people end up asking you for more information about what you sell, as long as you don't come across as sales pitchy on the front side. More, here, let me help you and participate and add value to the conversation.
Layer, layer, layer. It is such a good thing. Then, listen, when asking the question, what's working, start with, is it working? Right? So many people come to us and say, I'm having the best year ever, but I'm going to cancel 2/3 of my marketing because I don't think it's working. Like, whoa, hold on. You're having the best year ever.
Don't change a thing.
Don't change. Add. I'm telling you, it's the biggest mistake we see people make is they quit too soon.
They do, and they stop things because they don't really think that it's working. But it does take a little time to bubble up. You've got to create this layered marketing. You want to be the brand that people see everywhere. Here's an example. Coca-Cola. Think about Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Right? They're everywhere. They're in the grocery store, they're in the restaurants, they're everywhere. And it's a brown liquid drink. You either love it or you don't.
Right.
They want you to see their brand so often, everywhere you go, all day long, keeping it in front of you. Take a lesson from Coca-Cola. Take a lesson from the big brands. There's a reason they spend that money on marketing and advertising. And you think as a small business, you don't have to?
Well said. All right, so there are a bunch of starter tips for attracting people to your online store. Look, the last one should be collaborate with other people in like industries. That sounds almost counterintuitive, but if you become a help to somebody in a like industry, they will help you as well. We say kindness begets kindness.
Absolutely. Lots of great tips. You can pick up his book by Chris Barling, Selling Successfully Online.
Fantastic. All right. Wow. Have you checked the online calendar? There's a whole lot of events going on over at ExperiencePros.com.
I know, added every day. New events are added. You can follow all of our members, stay involved in the community, and associate with a group of people that want to lift you up and help your business grow.
And by the way, shout out to Kaylee Hall of 68 Designs, who has helped us with our new graphics. When you get to ExperiencePros.com, you'll see that we've been voted best of the best for best morning radio show, and she helped us with the logo, the banner across the front of that page.
You're going to see that banner in the Highlands Ranch 4th of July parade as well.
It's true. All right, listen, we got to take a quick top of the hour station ID, check the news and whatnot, and then guess what? We got a whole nother hour of positive business talk coming next.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560. This is Shaquille O'Neal.
And the Shaquettes.
Reminding you that anytime is a good time.
Good time!
For the cooling, drying, fresh scent of Gold Bond powder spray. Like after the gym.
Or a crowded elevator ride.
Or golf.
Or working with farm animals.
Or a hard day's work.
Like sportscasting.
You said it, ladies. Stay cool with Gold Bond powder spray.
Stay cool with Gold Bond.
With CudaSign, paperless e-signing is a no-brainer for any business that requires legally binding signatures fast. That's because CudaSign offers everything you should expect from an electronic signature solution for just $1 per month. CudaSign cuts document turnaround time as much as 90%, thanks in part to its #1 rated mobile app. And CudaSign's secure cloud stores documents for on-demand tracking and retrieval, saving you even more time and money. Don't think twice. Get CudaSign now for just $1 per month. Go to CudaSign.com.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at KLZ560radio.com. KLZ 560.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Chris Barnes. The Confederate battle flag no longer flies on the grounds of the Alabama state capitol. Worker that flag from a Confederate memorial this morning on orders from Governor Robert Bentley, who says last week's church shootings in Charleston, one of the reasons he decides to remove it. Also saying controversy over the flag has the potential to be a major distraction as that state is facing budget issues. And the debate over those Confederate symbols now focusing on a statue at the U.S. Capitol, too. Here's the Blaze Radio's Joe Gomez.
Democrat Congresswoman Kathy Castor of Florida is calling for the statue of Confederate General Kirby Smith of St. Augustine to be removed from Statuary Hall. She says the state should consider replacing Kirby's statue with that of someone who more reflects the essence of Florida. Each state is represented by 2 statues in the capital.
Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal preparing for a big announcement at 5 o'clock Eastern Time this afternoon, already calling for change in Washington.
I think our country needs big change. I think President Obama and Hillary Clinton are trying to turn the American dream into the European nightmare.
Jindal expected to become the 13th Republican in the presidential field with that announcement later today. He speaks on Fox and Friends. The Boston Marathon terrorist bomber hearing now from friends and family members of his victims. About 30 people giving impact statements at the sentencing hearing for Johar Tsarnaev. A judge will then formally sentence him to death for his role in the bombings that killed 3 and injured 260. And a country music legend to resume his 4th of July picnic tradition in Austin, Texas this year.
On the road again.
Willie Nelson's 42nd annual Independence Day celebration returning to the city of Austin for the first time in 5 years. Headliners include Willie's collaborator Merle Haggard, as well as Eric Church, Casey Musgraves, Chris Stapleton, and Asleep at the Wheel, among others. And this is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 Denver.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business, and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the award-winning Best Morning Radio Show, the Experience Pros Radio Show, here to remind you, the small business is big business, and your business is our business.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so the Extreme Customer Service Directory is known for delivering the best in customer service.
Correct.
And one of the fabulous things about using the Extreme Customer Service Directory is being able to read the customer reviews.
They're wonderful.
They are. And only positive reviews are posted on the directory, because we feel like there's plenty of places for you to go and look for negative, but we are positive. We're changing the way people treat people in business.
Correct.
And so everything is positive. We only allow for 4 and 5 star for positive reviews.
Why?
Well, but here's the thing. When you think about the negative reviews, and you've gone and you've read some negative reviews, a lot of times it's just some wahoo who's just had a bad day, and because of their little issues, their baggage, whatever they're dealing with, they can go and post something negative, and it can really destroy a really good company's image.
Let's talk about some of those. I just wanted to complain, so I'm going to complain. Let's see how valid their complaint
All right, so
is.
These are actual complaints received by Thomas Cook Vacations from dissatisfied customers. These are actual complaints.
All right.
On my holiday to India, I was disgusted to find that almost every restaurant served curry. I don't like spicy food.
Oh, wait a minute. You went to India. You know, of course. All right, okay, all right. You know what? I was on holiday in Spain, and we had a problem with the taxi drivers. They're all Spanish.
You were in Spain.
Come on.
We booked an excursion to a water park, but no one told us we had to bring our own swimsuits and our own towels. We assumed it would be included in the price.
And you're giving 1-star reviews and ratings for stuff like this. The beach, you can't make this up. The beach was too sandy. We had to clean everything when we returned to our room.
Or how about this one? We found that the sand was not like the sand in the brochure. Your brochure shows the sand is white, but it was a little yellow. Wasn't quite white enough. How about this one? It's lazy of the local shopkeepers in Puerto Vallarta to close in the afternoons. I often needed to buy things during siesta time.
Oh, no?
This should be banned.
And no one told us there would be fish in the water. The children were scared.
Although the brochure said there was a fully equipped kitchen, there was no egg slicer in the drawers.
Egg slicer?
Egg slicers.
Oh, man. Folks, do you see? And for these little petty things, there's fish in the water. It's the ocean.
It's the ocean. But we see it. It's petty. The negative reviews that we get, and we see most of the time, they didn't answer their phone. They didn't call me back quick enough. They were too slow. People aren't patient. But nothing bad happened.
And nothing bad really happened. And in full disclosure, we have received, over the last 2.5 years, three complaints.
Okay, this is a good one, though.
Oh.
My fiancé and I requested twin beds, but instead we were placed in a room with a king-size bed. We now hold you responsible and want to be reimbursed for the fact that I became pregnant. This would not have happened if you had put us in the room that we had booked.
Oh, my. I don't know. This one might be right up there, though. It took us 9 hours to fly home from Jamaica to England. It took the Americans only 3 hours to get home. This seems unfair.
So you're welcome. This is what we are protecting you from. So go ahead and read all the positive, good stuff that's going on the Extreme Customer Service Directory, where their customers say nice things because they are great companies doing nice things.
And where do you find it? ExperiencePros.com. Again, ExperiencePros.com. It's high time you check this out, and then it's time for you to join us. Click on the Become a Member, and let's talk. We'd love to represent you in your business as well. More positive business talk coming up next. You'll listen to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom-matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
When your IT person says, your VPN's PPTP failed because the IP conflict caused a protocol failure, all you seem to hear is, blah, blah, money, money, blah, blah, last time. We're C-Squared Computer Consulting. We speak geek fluently, but we translate when talking to you. When you understand the issues, you can better prioritize your money and time. Our managed services provide a stable spending model with system monitoring and trust. Call C-Squared Computer Consulting today at 303-933-1113 or go to c2cc.net.
Should you invest in a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA? Are you looking for a tax-free distribution? Do you prefer a tax deduction? There's a lot going on there. Why not educate yourself? Talk about it with someone you trust. Call me today, and let's explore what is the best answer for you. 720-356-6474. 720-356-6474. This is Jim Smith with Prudential. Tune in every Monday morning for more tips at 11:35 right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is the go-to place for finding the companies who have the best customer testimonials. Plus, to make it even easier, we narrow down the field to only 3 companies in your area. If you need a printer in the metro area, we have it. If you need ink and toner, we have it. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com.
ExperiencePros.com for the best in customer service. When you're looking for the best, think Experience Pros. You can feel good about doing business with the pros.
Friends, this is Eric, and I want to turn you on to a fantastic bi-monthly patriotic newsletter I've discovered. It's called The Pen, and it's a compilation of numerous patriotic writers packed with political information that you won't find in the newspaper. Contact my friend Beth Ann for a free sample copy at csctalkradio.com or send $24.95 to P.O. Box 73, California, Missouri 65018 to receive The Pen for an entire year. The Pen, promoting liberty and keeping patriots informed. Subscribe today. csctalkradio.com. That's csctalkradio.com.
Advertising is really effective, especially for small business. Turn your company into a household name by advertising on the Experience Pros radio show. We'll help you build a trusted reputation with the professionals who listen to the program. You'll connect with the right audience and at the right price. Advertise with the Experience Pros radio show. Sign up at experiencepros.com and put your brand on the tip of your customer's tongue. Sign up today and start advertising with the Experience Pros at experiencepros.com.
Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us. Listen, you need customers. You need. You've got a great idea. You know that guy, the Dollar Shave Club guy. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Right. We're participating in a contest called Small Business Big Game, where we're hoping to win with your help by clicking on a link. We're hoping to win a commercial during the Super Bowl. Well, this guy has a commercial that Intuit sent to us, who showed us how to make a great commercial, right? Little 90-second thing. Well, he made a little 90-second thing. His company is now worth how much?
$615 million.
You got people throwing money at him today to be aligned with him.
He's learned a few things along the way for venture capitalism as well. But he does have an incredible video that launched the Dollar Shave Club company, and you can find that online. YouTube. And I think about 19 million people have actually viewed the video. And I know a lot of people are talking about the Dollar Shave Club. They're trending right now, and so they've just hit something. They've hit the nerve. They've done very well. But aren't you looking also for that strong and loyal customer base?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, he did. He also got a little note here, also advertised like crazy.
Yes,
he did. And he still is, actually. Attracting a strong and loyal customer base is what we're all after. And so we actually have a story of the company called DigitalOcean and some advice from their Chief Marketing Officer, Mitch Weiner. They actually grew the company to 130,000 customers in 2 years using what he calls growth hacks, which any business can do.
I want some of those growth hacks. Here's the first one. Acquire and then understand 100 early adopters.
So the way they attracted their first 50 customers was by demoing in front of a group of people, kind of at the tech industry, which is who their target audience is. They knew exactly who their target audience was, and they put themselves in front of them and did a demo, and they ended up picking up their first 50 clients.
You're a new business, so you're going to fail faster, right? So
that's the motto, and it's going to allow you to adjust and find the success stories and work within those success stories, because he got 50 customers. You think you're going to learn a lot working with those first 50 customers. And so that's what they did. They came up with a blueprint of a typical customer, so they knew how to target the rest of the 900 that they wanted, or the 199,900 that you eventually want.
There you go.
So they allocated a small marketing budget. A budget for marketing.
Imagine.
Most companies, when you first start out, have $0 for marketing. I'll tell you what, if I had a nickel for every time somebody came up to me and said, Angel, we really need to get the word out, but we have no money.
If you had a nickel for every time you do that, you'd spend 3 of those cents on marketing.
On marketing. So here's the thing. Have a marketing budget, set goals, and diligently track your progress in meeting them. You may be bootstrapping it, but getting the world to find out and try your business isn't going to happen with a little bit of investment. So you are going to have to put some money on the front side. Set goals such as doubling your user numbers within 30 days or by a certain percentage. Whatever it is you want, set targets and set goals month over every month and track it every single day.
Tracking is critical. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Offer promo codes to increase conversions. They're highly effective in increasing user growth and engagement and can be distributed via banner ads or text ads as well as through social media. Doesn't mean necessarily discounting. Do a value add.
Yeah, so using a promo code everywhere they went. They measured their conversions. In the beginning, as you're accelerating, it's important to closely monitor every marketing campaign you set in motion and tweak it to make sure that it's effective and you're getting people to sign up or to take the action, whatever it is that you want them to take. Weiner suggests creating monthly key performance indicator, KPI reports, which is an easy thing to do with a simple spreadsheet. So whatever it is you're measuring, are you measuring your likes? Are you measuring your events you're going to, the number of people you're meeting, the number of coffee appointments you're setting? Are you measuring all of those? And you talk about that once you know what it is and then turn that into your conversion.
While you're in the process of measuring, don't forget to measure the churn, the cost of acquiring customers, what is the lifetime value of a customer, and all of the other things that go into it, because without that information, you're really doing a one-sided equation. Remember, everything on one side of the equal sign should match the other side of the equal sign. And if you don't understand the lifetime value of a customer, how much it costs you, that churn, you know what that is? That's the number of people who disassociate with you, who unlike you, who stop using your service, unsubscribe. It's all part of the churn.
It is. He also suggests hiring a writer and getting serious about your content marketing. Making sure that you've got quality content for free is a fantastic way to not only draw people to your website, but to demonstrate your expertise as well. He says play with your pricing and your website design. Be aggressive with PR and advertising, and incentivize users with a referral program. Target and engage with key influencers and ideal customers on social media. Use email marketing, but keep it simple. And that's the last one.
There's a lot of stuff under all of those categories. I mean, we'll throw this out on our Twitter feed as well, because I think it's an important thing to really know. All right, if you're in business, get about the business. Don't be playing around. Don't be messing around. I had somebody in my office, and I won't name the person they were talking about. They said, my gosh, there's the person who is the laziest, wins the laziest person I've ever seen. All they want to do is sit back and drink margaritas at 3 o'clock and wait for the business to come to them.
We all want that, right? I mean, sure, we all want to sit back and just have the phone ring and customers come to us. Who doesn't? But until you've got your first 1,000 customers, you got to go get them.
Right.
You got to be aggressive about going out and getting them and putting everything you've got into attracting those first 1,000 customers. And if you haven't hit that mark, you got a lot of work to do. But here's the thing. It's temporary. It's a season. It's as you're growing your company. It's not forever. You're going to put the hard work. You're going to put that effort in. But think about the corporation that you are creating and what you are building. And talk about having a company worth $615 million. That's an okay return on investment.
No, not a bad one, especially for the Dollar Shave Club. Alrighty. Hey, buckle up, folks. When we come back, business tips and insights coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Let's face it, most phone systems are old and outdated, or they're so complicated it takes a PhD just to change your voicemail. Introducing Edgetronics, your answer to all your business telephone needs. Edgetronics is authorized and certified by Avia, and they'll not only replace your old phones with new solutions, they'll train your staff on how to get the most out of them. Proudly serving up and down the Front Range for over 10 years, Edgetronics wants to be your next phone system provider. Call them today at 303-766-1699 or online at Edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Gentlemen, it's time to step it up a notch. I'm talking about your clothing. Sure, we're all super casual here in Colorado, but there's something to be said for dressing to match your market. You need personal stylist Michelle Martinez. Michelle will come to where you are, custom measure you for an unmatched fit, and help you find your next outfit, all without breaking the bank. Luxury starts with premium materials, and Michelle's got the best Italian fabrics. And talk about value, your clothes delivered straight to you, saving you tons. Call Michelle today, 720-261-4914. That's 720-261-4914.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432, NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
The Dana Show with Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
And welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Thank you so much for voting us the best morning radio show for the Colorado, Community Media.
Colorado Community Media. You voted. We were the Experience Pros. Look, we're like all tongue-tied.
For the best morning radio show.
Colorado Community Media voted best morning radio show. It is time for your business tips, brought to us by Cheryl Braunschweiger with ALMC Mortgage, where all loans must close.
And they do. Hey, have you got that special place picked out?
That special place?
You know where you want to go, right? That new home you're moving into? Well, you're not going anywhere if you don't have the money.
Well, no kidding.
You don't get sassy with me now. You need to call ALMC Mortgage at 303-696-6933, because if you don't have the money pre-approved, you're going to be late to the party. Are you with me?
I am.
Good.
Late
call Cheryl.
I'm always late to the party.
No, don't be late to this party. Listen, so many people go out and they say, oh, the first thing I want to do is go get myself a real estate agent. We're going to go and look at all these homes. You find one, you fall in love, even though you're not supposed to. It's not supposed to be an emotional thing.
But it is.
It always
is. You picture this is where the Christmas tree is going to go, and this is where my daughter's going to come down in her prom dress.
This is not the time when you want to go looking for money. You want the money on the front side. Make sure that you know you're pre-approved. How do you do that? ALMC Mortgage. Because, yes, they're ready.
They are ready, and all loans must close. ALMCmortgage.com, ALMCmortgage.com, and you can call them at 303-696-6933.
Lovely.
You know, it is such a hot market right now, and in fact, I want to say congratulations to my in-laws who just put their house on the market, I don't know, 3 days ago.
Right.
And it's sold for their asking price, which, you know, no bartering back and forth, and so very, very exciting. It is super exciting. And houses, it's actually got my husband and I kind of going, well, should we sell the house?
You're going to leave, aren't you?
Should we sell the house? But I really don't want to move.
You're going to Phoenix, aren't you?
Someday I think I just might.
Yeah, you're leaving me behind.
Not today. Here's the thing, I just don't want to move. No, we can do it. There's technology these days. We can do it. Anyways, get in touch with Cheryl. If you want to buy or refinance, she can take care of it all. She's got an incredible team and has advertised and supported the Experience Pros radio show since day one that we went on the air. We're so grateful to ALMC Mortgage. 303-696-6933.
Let's turn our attention over to Jack Loudon. Now, Jack, you know Jack. He's the guy over at Riviera Finance.
And if you don't know Jack...
You don't know Jack.
Oh, if you don't know, look at me.
Yeah, we slaughtered that one, Jack. We'll try it again.
If you don't know Riviera Finance. But I know Jack. This is the problem. Hello, Jack Loudon.
Hello there. How are you?
We are a little tongue-tied. You've got us a little flustered or something. I don't know. We just like having you in the studio with us. Well, the pressure of having people live in the studio.
Jack, what's going on at Riviera Finance?
Hey, I wanted to point out something that I come across this morning. CNBC ranks all 50 states to do business, doing business.
All right.
And Colorado has ranked number 4.
Isn't that amazing?
And I don't know if you guys have already talked about this.
We haven't yet, but absolutely, it's good news.
They were ranked number 8 last year, so they've come up to the fourth spot in America.
Colorado is a haven for business.
And there's also, with everything, there's a double-edged sword, which brings us to how Riviera. They also scored the lowest, ranking number 36 in the cost of doing business.
Really?
So out of the 50 states, high utility bills, and just the cost of doing business, rent and things like that. So that ties me into, how's your cash flow?
How is your cash flow?
It is something that I think a lot of business owners struggle with.
So we're number 4 in America to do business in, but yet it costs, we're number 36 out of 50 doing the cost of business. So cash flow has to be on the top of your mind to keep those costs going in order to grow your business.
Right.
And to succeed. And that's where Riviera Finance can come in and take a look at your business, take a look at your accounts receivables, and help finance your current accounts receivables and help you with your cash flow.
Describe that process, if you will, please, because some people are tuning in for the very first time. They're not sure what you mean by looking at the cash flow and your finances.
Certainly, it's a complete simple process. If you are in business and you are doing business with other businesses and you are doing business on credit, meaning that you perform the service, deliver the product, whatever, and then you send out an invoice, net 30, net 45, net whatever your terms are,
right,
and they agree to pay those. But your cash flow is tight, we can come in and we can take that current accounts receivable over, advance you the money on that accounts receivable, and then we wait to get paid. That way you're no longer chasing your accounts receivables. We can do it within a couple of days, and then once you're set up, you send us the accounts receivable, and we send you the money within 24 hours. So you are now being able to meet your obligations, buy raw materials, whether you're in the high tech, and whether you're in a manufacturing, whether you're in a service industry. You can hire people, you can do whatever you need to do because you have the cash flow to grow your business.
Which is the key thing we need to keep our doors open. And we find, if you don't have the cash flow to pay your staff or buy inventory, you have to turn down new business, and you can't do that for too many times before you have no business, right?
Well, exactly. And the worst thing in the world is have a customer call you and you can't perform. You turn it down, not because you don't want the business, because you don't have the cash flow to do the business the way your reputation would allow you to do it, right? Because you don't want to go and do a shoddy job, right? So you just turn the business down and golly, if ABC would just pay me, I could have gotten that job.
Yeah, because you've done the work. So here's the thing. Go to your accounts receivable department, have them pull up the accounts receivable balance. How much are you waiting on to be paid? Imagine if you had that money just sitting in your bank account tomorrow. Well, that's, it can happen really quickly when you work with Riviera Finance. And you do a credit check on our clients to make sure we're doing business with the right people.
Yeah, we will run. You're basically outsourcing your accounts receivable department. We will do a complete accounts receivable management for you. We will run the credit check on your customers. If we don't get paid because of credit, we eat the loss because we are going to assume the credit risk.
Well, and we're being pretty risky. We're giving out essentially free loans, 3, 30, 60, 90-day loans.
Exactly right.
Unsecured
loans. That's exactly right.
Well, that's not good business. We're not in the banking business.
Nope.
Let Riviera Finance handle all of that for you. How do they get in touch with you, Jack?
Certainly, 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706.
You're located here in the tech center, yeah?
Office is in the tech center. You can find us on RivieraFinance.com. We have a Facebook page.
You guys have fronted billions.
Yeah, we bought $1 billion worth of invoices last year.
Jeez.
And on our way to do it again this year. Been in business since 1969, working with small businesses.
Yeah.
You even travel up to Wyoming and Montana.
Yeah, my territory is kind of Colorado, Wyoming, but I've been known to go.
Yeah, I know you went over to Grand Junction.
It's all customer service. I mean, if you're doing business, why would you do it over an email or a fax? And then you get a security agreement in place, which is basically a banking agreement, and you're going to try to figure out what it all says. Well, I'll just go over it.
Go and explain it to you.
Go with the people that you trust.
Customer service.
Great customer service with Riviera Finance. The phone number one more time, Jack.
303-409-7706.
All right, folks. We will be right back, and
if you don't know Riviera Finance,
you don't know Jack. Right back after this.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Every day, hundreds, if not thousands of people are searching online for what your business has to offer. SharpNet Solutions can help you get found, just like they did for Vera at Lovebug Matchmaking.
SharpNet has really helped our business expand to 60 miles around our business. Being able to be seen online and being able to be seen through searches has made an enormous difference.
SharpNetSolutions.com or 303-900-4988.
Each year, high school students from around the world begin the adventure of a lifetime by studying in the United States. Academic Year in the USA, AUSA, invites your family to become a part of the adventure. To host a student or to study abroad, call us at 1-888-55-AY-USA.
The Experienced Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. This, the most positive business talk show in America, isn't just about business, it's about the business of life.
Absolutely. And how we end our day is such an important part of the day, and especially when we're training up our children. We brought in our guest expert today, Dr. Johnny Hunt. He actually wrote the book, Bedtime Devotions with Jesus. He says life is so busy today for parents and children alike. It's often a great challenge to find quiet time every day to spend with God and His Word and with your children. After the busyness of the day is done and before children nod off to sleep, it's a good habit for children to read a daily devotional and daily reminders about how much He loves and takes care of us. Dr. Hunt, welcome to the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Thank you, Angel. It's a joy to be with you and Eric.
Dr. Hunt, very nice to have you along with us. Let me just ask you this. You know, life is so busy for so many people, both kids and parents these days. Summer's here. How do you recommend that parents carve out time to spend quality time with the Lord and their kids?
Well, I'm going to have to challenge you and remind you that all of us have the same amount of time, and then deal a little bit in the guidance system that's going to help us prioritize our time, and to believe that we can place in the hands of the child their own personal devotion, and then be helped by their parents, and give them timeless truth that will not just help them now, but even in the context of eternity. So I believe when we see that it's literally priceless, it becomes, hopefully, a priority with the family.
All right, Dr. Hunt, we're having just some technical difficulties hearing you. We're going to try and keep you on for as long as we can, but to make sure that we get out the great information about your book and try and get you through this. The book is called, tell us about the book and where we can get a copy.
You can get a copy at johnnyhunt.com. Barnes & Noble has it. Lifeway Christian Resources, Sam's Club just placed it in their stores as well. Much fun stores.
Very nice. And the book is called Bedtime Devotionals with Jesus. Now, you used the International Children's Version of the Bible. Why did you choose that for that? Is it just to make sure that the kids understand what's going on there?
Exactly. We felt that it was the just clearest English version of the Bible in a language that we felt that the boys and girls, the optimum age 4 to 8, would be able to more readily understand.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, one of the key themes you highlight is on the topic of forgiveness, and that's one of those difficult concepts for, I think, adults to grasp. Right. Let's talk about why you think it's so important to teach forgiveness to our children.
Well, first of all, we realize every person in this life is going to have to make the single most important decision in their life, and that is to receive God's forgiveness through Christ. And then that's just the beginning of the journey, because what we've experienced in forgiveness, we're going to have to learn to express to others and many times to ourselves. Learning to forgive others, learning to forgive ourselves. Jesus mentioned it in the Lord's Prayer, or what we know as the Disciples' Prayer, and then even closed it out in chapter 6 by reminding us that if we don't forgive others, neither will our Father in heaven forgive us. And so there's not a subject that is more pertinent to today, tomorrow, and all of this life.
Yeah, I completely agree. Dr. Hunt, many of our listeners know that I spent a good portion of my career as a children's pastor, and so I know that I've got a handful of great stories that I can recall and whatnot. What are some cool things, maybe a funny story that the children have asked you over the years that maybe made its way to the pages of your book?
It really was funny just recently. The children wanted to know where God lives. And one of the other children spoke up and said, he lives here at the church, and so does Pastor John.
Right.
And one of the children said, I try to get Mother to bring me by here some night so I can visit with him at his home. So they had the mindset that not only did God live at the church, but so does the pastor. And it gave us a wonderful opportunity to use that platform to talk about the fact that it's in our own heart where he lives.
That is. It's always so sweet when you hear their perspective. The book is Bedtime Devotions with Jesus by Dr. Johnny Hunt, senior pastor at First Baptist Church of Woodstock, Georgia. He's a sought-after speaker. He holds conferences every year. And the book is a 52-week devotional to help parents enjoy moments with their children in those quiet moments at night before they go to sleep. Bedtime Devotions with Jesus. Dr. Hunt, anything else you'd like to share about the book today?
Well, I just encourage them in the fact that I not only wrote, but I had my wife and both my daughters join me, and a good number of pastors and pastors' wives and children's pastors across America. And so I think the variety of hearing from different ones adds to the value of the book, and it's my prayer that it'll be part of an emphasis to help children to own their own faith.
Yeah, boy, that is
years of having a love for God's Word.
That is a critical piece, owning your own faith, and it's always an exciting thing to see the light go on for the first time when it's no longer what Mommy and Daddy told me, but it's what I truly embrace and the relationship that develops. Dr. Johnny Hunt, thank you so much for joining us on the Experience Pros radio show today.
Hey, thank you so much for hosting. It's been my privilege.
Absolutely. We loved having you. Sorry about the technical difficulties we had with your interview. But the book is, where did I write it down? Bedtime Devotions with Jesus. Pick it up in all bookstores, and you'll probably look it up online. And just make sure that you spend some quiet time and take some time for yourself tonight.
Absolutely. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about the secrets of the world's best salespeople. It's not all that complicated. You can do it too. Right after these messages.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank, your bank. 303-322-7919 or replinlawgroup.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hang-ups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is the go-to place for finding the companies who have the best customer testimonials. Plus, to make it even easier, we narrowed down the field to only 3 companies in your area. If you need a printer in the metro area, we have it. If you need ink and toner,
We have it. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. experiencepros.com for the best in customer service. When you're looking for the best, think Experience Pros. You can feel good about doing business with the pros.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706. Or visit RivieraFinance.com.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
I remember the moment. I'll never forget that moment. As long as I live. As long as I live. Several of us were working to rescue family. The house collapsed on top of the cellar door and trapped them.
We had to use Humvees and heavy machinery to move massive trees and debris.
We got them out. We helped a lot of people out. It felt good to know I could really make a difference.
Because I'm a citizen soldier of the National Guard.
Be there the moment your community needs you. Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dana Lash, tonight at 8 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We provide you cowbell, courtesy of our producer, Charlie.
Absolutely. More cowbell is always better, don't you think? All right, we're going to talk about some sales techniques that found on Open Forum, an article written by Mike Miklowitz. He says, don't be a pushy salesperson. Try these 8 subtle tricks to convince your customers to buy. And I'm going to start out saying, sales tricks, kind of tactics. A lot of times, I
want to take a shower.
You do. You don't want to be on the receiving end of those tips and tricks. Eric and I were brought in one time to do a sales training for a team.
I remember the phrase.
Load their lips.
Load their lips.
They wanted us to load their lips with phrases, key phrases, to turn the no's into yeses and turn the yeses into urgent and right now. And we do relationship marketing, so we didn't have any, quippy little, here's some phrases. But we've heard them. On a scale from 1 to 10, how close are we to closing this sale? We've all been on that receiving end. Have you ever gone in to buy something and you were dreading it because you didn't want to deal with the heavy-handed sales pitch? Absolutely, we've all been there. And then we've also had the experience where we walked in to buy something and we somehow ended up walking out with everything we wanted, all the bells and whistles, all the upgrades, all the extras, and we think, how did that salesperson do that to me?
Some salespeople are just that good. You can be too. And we're going to talk about some of the techniques, not tactics, that are employed by some of the best. The first one is to dump wishy-washy prospects. Now listen, not everybody's going to buy your product. I know this comes as a news alert. And by the way, in a networking room, less than 20% will ever do. 20% of the people in that room will ever do business with you.
Yeah, so excellent salespeople know how to quickly sort through prospects, and they do it quick, and they move on. If they've got their feelers out, they've kind of got their antenna up, and they don't mess around. If you're going to drag them through, you're going to take your time, you're going to squabble, they move on to somebody else. Instead of trying to persuade every prospect to do business with them, top salespeople get weak prospects to weed themselves out quickly so they can spend their time on the best prospects.
In Experience Pros, we say it this way. We're not in the convincing business. If I have to convince you, the article used the word persuade you to do business with you, you're not ready yet. You're not right for us. It might not be a good fit. And we don't have to persuade you. The when a transaction really takes place, the best salespeople in the world will tell you it's because the salesperson has listened to the need of the prospect and met the need with something that completely satisfies that need.
Absolutely. But, you've got those people who, if they're really difficult as the prospect, think about what kind of customer they're going to be once they've actually given you their money.
Ouch.
And so they give you the clues as to what kind of customer you want, your ideal client, the people that love you. They don't squawk at everything. They don't argue about every little piece of the puzzle. They love what you do. They buy it often. They tell their friends about it. They pay on time. They show up. I mean, those are the people you want to do business with, and the top salespeople recognize who they want to do business with and dump out the rest.
Absolutely.
The second thing is understand you don't have to make everyone happy. The best salespeople know the 80-20 rule.
Right.
Eric was talking about it. They know that 80% of their commission comes from 20% of their clients, so they pay a lot of attention to their best clients. A lot of times smaller clients or difficult clients are transferred to somebody else, but the best salespeople, they don't have time for the drama. And so they move that on to somebody else who's a little bit more desperate and hungry.
Indeed. And sometimes by being in that way, by passing them along, you're actually doing both the client or the prospect and the other person that you pass to a favor. Always do your due diligence. The best salespeople understand their prospects inside and out. They do their research. They dig down deep. The client in the industry. Listen, when you go in to have a conversation about somebody's business, when you want them to give you money, it behooves you to know the name of the company, the name of the person that you're speaking to and their position in the organization, and quite possibly the industry they're in.
And also knowing your products and your services and your company inside and out.
Yes.
So do some research, do some studying, making sure that you know exactly how everything works and fits together so that you can make that perfect match for the client. They recommend under-promising and over-deliver. I think with extreme customer service, you offer something consistent. Every single time. But the goal there is to blow away the customer with something extra, something that they were surprised to get. I don't call that under-promising and over-delivering. If in your consistent process you've got a surprise built in, something, a little bonus, a little extra that maybe they didn't know about it, but it's consistent every single time, that I think is extreme customer service.
Absolutely. And if you want to blow somebody away, create a customer experience for them. Let them know in no uncertain terms, by way of the experience that they have when they're in your presence, that you have not only anticipated this, but you have answered every question before they've even asked it.
And then they say that let the customers sell themselves. Pushy salespeople try to convince the customer to buy, but the best salespeople know that the most persuasive person is the customer themselves.
Right.
So your job is to ask the right questions that lead the customers to convince themselves that they have to have your product. It's asking questions and letting them do the talking.
It's the dirty little secret of most psychologists. They don't have to fix you. You have it within yourself. You just need to talk it out.
The next trick or tactic is to mimic your customers, but in a nice way. Just because you think something may be great, that doesn't mean that's how the customer would describe it. They might use the word fantastic. Somebody else might say efficient or financially wise or even gnarly. I don't think anybody's using gnarly anymore. The best salespeople identify the adjectives that clients and prospects use to describe things, and then they will later in the conversation slip in those same words to invoke the desired emotions in the buyer, just creating that we've got a connection here, a little rapport and a little trust. Now, this is a really weird one. I've never seen this before, but I'm going to start paying attention.
All right.
But they say adjust your seat height.
What?
The world's best salespeople take charge of sales meetings by adjusting the height of their chair seat.
Are they going higher so that the prospect is a little bit lower?
Actually, they begin the meetings with their chair adjusted slightly below their customers, which subliminally signals that the customer is in a dominant position.
Brilliant!
As the meeting goes on, this is where it gets really funny, the salesperson then will slowly elevate his or her chair in order to sit slightly higher than the prospect, putting them in the dominant position. The slow transition subliminally stages the prospect to be more receptive to suggestions from the salesperson. And if you can't adjust the chair,
They simply change their posture to achieve the same effect. So, they start out a little slouched, and then, as the meeting goes on, they match.
Your chair is significantly higher than mine.
Are you trying to do something different?
No,
Did you
I think
lower
you
your seat?
are. I think you're trying to take the command position.
Did I dominate? Do I dominate you?
Stop.
Do I dominate you?
All right. Finally, and here's one that is, again, also contrary to popular conversation. The article encourages you to say, get your clients to say no.
No.
While all the sales training in the world tells you need to get your prospects to the mode of saying yes, repeatedly, we say 3 times, 3 yeses leads you to a sale. The world's best salespeople actually get prospects to say no. So they say repeatedly saying yes dilutes significance and confidence of each yes. But if a prospect says no to multiple options when they finally say yes to the right option, they're highly inclined to stick with it. This is the exact reason the best real estate agents show bad houses first. So when the customer sees the right one, they jump on it.
I've never heard of that before.
Can we talk?
I've never heard of that before.
No, Angel and I disagree with that premise. Don't get your customers to say no, your clients to say no, your prospects to say no. Don't be unethical and show dirty houses first and then sell the good ones.
Well, this is why salespeople get a bad rap, because they play games. You're playing head games with people, and we don't recommend, suggest, or otherwise encourage that in any way. It's interesting to hear the things that people have done to get new clients. We shared in the first hour some really bizarre things that we have done, and shared some other stories of just bizarre things that people will do to earn a sale. And when you talk about old school sales techniques, knocking on doors and hard sales and cold calls, I think there's a lot of things that people just, because you're going through so many people, so many numbers, you're trying to increase your conversion rate. You'll do anything to improve that conversion rate. Well, rather than go through so many people and having, 1,000 people and 100 people that you're trying to talk to, weed out, when they talk about the right prospects, weed out the ideal clients, filter them, filter out. Don't spend a lot of time on people who are not going to buy from you. And you can tell by body language, posturing, the way they ask questions, the way they make excuses, the way they hem and haw, they're not the right client for you. So rather than just flip your sales funnel around, put less people in, but of the right people.
That's right.
Build a good relationship, build trust, create credibility, deliver extreme customer service, create a consistent customer experience, and that will create a referral base of customers that want to refer you, will do business with you.
Multiply like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're trying to put as many people as you possibly can in that sales funnel, we call that a fundamental problem. Listen, according to the SBA, tons of new business failed during the first 2 years, and even more during the first 5. For those who are considering launching that new business, we started off with the first 2 hours of our show here today talking about launching your new business and when do you think you should. There's some daunting statistics out there that may discourage you, but we're here to help you. There's a couple of things across the boards that show up when people fail in their business, and I've got a little list, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
All right, the first one is a lack of planning. Gosh, you got to plan. You got to think about every possibility. There's mental, physical challenges, preparation, stuff that you just need to know. How many people is it going to take? How much money is it going to take? How much time is it going to take? And do you have all of those things under the umbrella of a simple plan?
I know, but a lot of times you don't let yes, we do need to plan. We need to plan ahead and prepare for and think some things through. But don't stay forever in planning mode. I think there's a lot of people that just get inundated with the data and the research that they don't take any action steps.
You need to understand the financial risks. If a broke entrepreneur is a sad entrepreneur, and most of the time a failed one, you really need to be realistic about your costs and prepare yourselves to lose in the first year. It does happen. It's not the end of the world. You just need to budget for it.
Right, and you're not going to be profitable while you're growing because you're pouring everything back into growing your company.
And finally, bad leadership, oh boy. Because, listen, no matter what, no man is an island. If you are going to be a winner in business, you're going to have to be able to lead people, and they're going to have to be able to want to follow. So invest in your leadership. It's an important piece.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, imagine that. We've had 2 hours of nonstop business fun, and we thank you for tuning in. On behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel, myself, all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we want you to know that we do it for you. You're the ones who voted us Best Morning Radio Show. We turn around and thank you for tuning in and participating in this, the revolution in how people treat people in business. Now go out and give somebody a 20-second kiss. You know you want one. It's not what you think. It stands for kindness is so simple. Say something nice to somebody today.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
This is Shaquille O'Neal.
And the Shaquettes.
Reminding you that anytime.
Anytime.